I love New Orleans.
Incredible.
Wonderful city.
Down in the Bayou, I absolutely, and Houday, I love everything about New Orleans. I like the people. Hey, hell, I even like the Pelicans. You know, I went down there into the blender, Smoothie King, had a great time with that. But if the Pelicans aren't going to bring in players to play alongside Zion, which is always, I always say that, well, if the Pelicans then are going to become the Brooklyn Nets or the LA Lakers or any of these other teams that are potentially just going to invest, Golden State Warriors, if you're just going to invest in your team and get the stars, which is how you win in the NBA. Started with the Heat, obviously, but it's gone on before that. Let him go. Let Zion go so we can all enjoy him. I guess we're not the only people, and I'm not the only person that's saying that. Shams Charania, insider at The Athletic and the Stadium for the NBA, he wrote an article that basically said some family members would like to see Zion on another team because of the Pelicans' failure to put the right pieces around him, per The Athletic. And Shams Charania says this particular tweet. There was an excerpt that I saw earlier in the entire thing where it says multiple sources have told The Athletic that certain family members want Williamson on another team, okay? Certain family members have been referenced in Zion's entire, business career, whether it was an agent or publicist or marketing person that was wanting to get a piece of the Zion pie, and there were some people labeled or whatever. Zion's family is tight, I think, by the way. I think they are a very tight-knit group, business-wise, decision-making-wise, growth-wise, what we're doing-wise, everything, I think. So if some members of his family are saying that, if it's the members that we have heard about, whether it's via other people's reporting or maybe even people that are in the building, that's not just like some family members. That's team 3.
Yeah, core.
That is the decision. That's the Russell Wilson team there. That is around there. And you can't blame them for thinking that strictly because of everything I just said. They know that the kid that they have raised, the person that they have driven around probably to AAU tournaments, the person that they've had to probably go through many different shysters trying to make money off of whatever, the person that they have, seen grow into this man, this NBA player, and all the work that they've all put into it, including Zion, and they know he's an alien, always has been. Hey, ever since we took him to this one tournament, he was better than everybody, this tournament better than everybody, this entire thing, they know it. So whenever they see everybody else's legacy being defined by how many wins they have, how many trophies, how many MVPs they get, that's how everybody's judged. Jordan, Kobe, Braun, all talked about just strictly rings. Now, I guess you go back Bill Russell and there's others that have won a lot and that doesn't get talked about. But the Zion team has to know if this motherfucker doesn't win anything, people are just going to never know that the greatness that you saw on the internet and those highlight reels is actually a great basketball player who's rebounding, assisting, layups, shooting. He's developing a great shot. It's like, I could see how people want it because I've been asking for it. Who knows how the Pelicans are going to handle this, though? They fire the coach. They say in the Athletic article, it said that isn't the biggest problem that is looming for the New Orleans Pelicans. The problem is finding the right pieces to put around Zion and make Zion happy. It's like, okay, so I was potentially right in line with how everybody over there was feeling. I feel pretty good about that. I was killed by Pelicans fans. They were coming after me. That's not how it works. That's not this whole thing. It's like, no, I'm just telling you, this is how I would feel if I was Zion and his people. They are. Pelicans have to get it right. They know that. Or even before the Supermax, which is what, $100 million difference if you stay on the team and go somewhere else? Maybe they'll even make the jumps because they say off the court, he's going to make a bunch of money. But then we also want him to maybe have a little bit of help. Maybe not that Ball, okay, and Ingram, my guy,
of course,
and other players there aren't. But when you see all-star teams being assembled in places, that's who you got to beat. And I think Zion, Ja probably, and others, Trae Young maybe, even if though they might go and win this whole goddamn thing, Atlanta, especially after that Philly collapse.
Yikes.
Colossal collapse last night. Hey, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. Get back out there. Something getting serious. Trae Young doesn't seem to be getting hotter and hotter as this whole thing goes on. That'll happen. Don't worry about it. But I think we're going to see, and if Zion moves, and you got LeBron on a team, and you got Durant, Harden, Irving on a squad, and you got Zion somewhere, what's going to happen with Dame? right? Is Dame going to end up there? Like, what if there just becomes like 4 power players almost, 2 in each conference, and then just kind of move on from there? I think that's what we're inevitably staring down, and maybe Zion will be the linchpin for that.
Yeah, and Shams also talks about in that article how Zion himself was very irritated when they traded JJ Redick, because him and JJ had a good, they had a good relationship, and also JJ's
Duke ties. JJ's been around.
Yeah, and there was that whole joke during the bubble, hey, I've made it to the playoffs 13 years in a row. You better not fuck this up for me. But also JJ told the Pelicans front office, hey, either trade me before the season or trade me after the season because my family and everything. And then they did him dirty by trading him during the season to Dallas.
Wasn't he allegedly going to do a buyout, right?
To Brooklyn.
He was going to do a buyout, just like when Blake did it.
Yeah.
Then JJ was going to do a buyout to get to Brooklyn. And my take was, you don't want to be on the team that people are trying to pay to leave, okay?
Right. No.
You want to be on the team where people are paying to get to. And Zion is now trapped on a team where somebody who's been in the NBA a long time, who he was tight with, went to the same school as him and has had success, or same school as him and has had success in the NBA, I'm getting the fuck out of here. I'm paying all I can. So you could see how Zion feels this way, but I don't think Pelicans fans are going to be happy about it. I want to let you know that. He's on a mural now on the side of He wasn't his rookie year. It's not your team.
Doesn't make sense.
You're not getting announced last. Only reason why we're on national TV, but you will not get announced last.
This is not your team.
This is not your team, okay? By the way, Drew Holiday, hell of a run right now with the Bucks, I believe. Yeah. He was the eldest statesman on that team, so he was announced last. Ingram was announced, I think, after Zion as well. It was strictly age-driven, and I just wanted them to say, hey, Zion, it's your team, dude. Come on. Yeah. You're going to be our guy. We're announcing you last. We're going to try to make this thing around you, and we're just going to go for it. I went down there. I asked people why they weren't doing that, and they said, we're going to try. He's young, though. He's a very young guy. He's 19 years old or something like that.
Teach him how to run.
Why do you think franchises have such a trouble just saying somebody's a superstar?
Yeah.
Like you see it with
ego,
Rodgers.
Right? Is it ego?
Brady left the Patriots. Now Brady just does what he wants with the Bucks, and it works. Like, why is it such a big deal?